Namo Doi Savariyantanam, Namo Doi Savaridanam, Namo Doi Savayiriyan, Namo Doi Savjayanam, Namo Doi Savatrikavati Savanam, Omkaramindru Sanyutta Nityam Jayanti Yogina, Kamadam Okshadam Jai Omkaraya Namo Namah, Manganam Bhagavan Viro Manganam Ukamuni, Mangalam Kunkundari Ujendra Mosu Mangalam Namah Samaysar. Swanubhutya Jathastiti Swadhay Bhavaya Sarvama Vibhava Nirusanidatha.
Jai Jinendra, everybody. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikalavarti Aryantanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikalavarti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikalavarti Aryanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikalavarti Ojayanam. Om Namo Loye Sarvatrikalavarti Savanam. Eso Panchanamukaro Savopavapanasho Manglalancha Sarvising Paramam Hoya Manglam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityan Dhayanti Yoginam Kamadam Mokshadam Cheva Omkaraya Namah Samaysaraya Swanubhutya Chakasate Chitsabhavaya Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachide Agnanatimira Andanam Gnana Anjavasalakaya Chaksurum Militam Yena Tasme Sri Guruve Namah Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayavanta Varto Omkarana Jinano Jayavanta Varto Jinana Samo Sarana Sau Jayavanta Varto Ne Tirthachara Jagama Jayavanta Varto Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkaranadane Omkara Sangaryotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho Pakara Jinavarano Kundano Dhvani Divyano Jina Kunda Dhvani Apya Aho Te Guru Kanano Aho Te Bhagavati Mata Dhruva Achalane Anupamagati Pamele Sarve Sidane Vande Kahon Sutta Kevali Basita Asamaya Prabrata Are Eka Suddha Sada Arupi Jnana Darsanamaya Khare Kayanyate Maru Jari Paramano Matra Nathire Jamanetrate Majagnana Nathikara Kanati Vedakare Jani Jakarmodaya Nirajara Bandate Majamokshane Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Namah Siddhebhyo Om Suddhatmane Namah. Jai Jinendra. So we are meeting after about 3 weeks of gap, and in that time we had the very important event pass by. Paryushan 8 days and 10 days of Daslakshan Parva pass by. And after the Daslakshan Parva, the next day it's called Kshamavani, that you ask for forgiveness. So at the same time, I'm also asking forgiveness from everybody. If I hurt anybody's feeling knowingly, unknowingly, with mind, speech, and action, then I really sincerely ask for forgiveness. This forgiveness is basically, it's from conventional point of view that I ask you to forgive me and you ask me to, and I said, I'm forgiving you. Number one, I cannot do anything to the alien object. I cannot do anything to the Pardravya. So why do I say that, please forgive me and all the things? Gurudev Kanji Swami, at one time, he gave one sentence, he gave the Kshamavani, and he gave the essence of whole religion also. Just like, for example, if I have the jaundice, then to me, everything looks yellow in front of me. Whatever I see, everything is yellow. So fault is with me. Same way, Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami has a self-realization, has a self-experience. He had this Samyak Darshan. So his Shraddha, his faith, which was eternally to the alien objects per padarth, now he has that faith directed to the self. So as he is perceiving himself as a Suddhatma, pure, eternal, pure soul, then he says he's also seeing pure, eternal soul in every universal living being. So on the Kshamavani day, he said that on this auspicious occasion of Kshamavani, if by mistake I may have seen anybody from model perspective, मैं कोईने पर्याय अपेक्षाएं जोया होए, then I sincerely ask for forgiveness, because they all are Bhagwan Atma. They all are eternal pure soul. The only impurities are in the mode, but so what? Mode is not important. Important thing is pure soul. So in one sentence alone, on Kshamavani day, he really gave important message to us that look within, bring your faith to your eternal soul. And so that's the reason that we celebrate Pariyushan and Daslakshan, just to have the effort made on our side to go within, to look on my eternal soul substance. And that's why we celebrate Daslakshan and Pariyushan Parva. So this is the main reason. Okay, another important event happened this week that I think we should be also aware of it, and we should just give our Swadhanjali, our reverence to that personality. Babu Yugal Kishorji. Babu Yugal Kishorji was a very learned soul, and he was an ardent follower of Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami. He was in Kota, Rajasthan, and he just had a Deh Parivartan day. He changed his body from one mode to another mode, and that happened this week. Who is Babu Yugal Kishorji? You know, if you have gone through two things he is absolutely known for. When you go do the when you do the puja in the temple, when you do the Keval Ravi Kirano se puja, Dev Shastra Guru puja, Keval Ravi Kirano se jisaka sampurna prakasit hai antar us Sri Jinavani mein hota tattvon ka sundaratam darasa sadadarasan bodh param chatpar paviral jo badhte hain munigan उन देव परम आगम गुरु को शत शत वंदन. This type of puja he has written. This is extremely popular puja, and when you perform that puja, I know you have several times performed that puja. If not, I'll send you the soft copy also, that you can just, it is amazing puja that he has written. He also has written another puja called Siddha Pujan. And when you read those pujan, it is entirely, totally full of Dravyanu Yoga, totally full of metaphysics, totally full of how can I concentrate on my eternal true soul. So that personality has a Deh Parivartan occurred this week. He has changed his body from this from a human being to the next one. So we just give our reverence to him. Babu Jugal Kishorji, we give Shraddhanjali to him. So these two important events happen. And I'm pretty sure that this 18 days that we passed through, I know there are lots of questions also occurred, but we all also became very discriminative in our mind. And then we found out who is speaking from what angle. Remember, everybody, those who are delivering lecture, they are delivering to give you the glimpses of Jainism. What perspective one is looking at it, that discrimination comes within me, because we now have, for last year and a half or 2 years or whatever time we are doing this Swadhyay, and now we know that if somebody is talking from whatever perspective, that we just know what is the perspective, what perspective that person is talking about. We had discussion with Susmita Ben, and there was a question came in their Swadhyay that who says Nimit is not doing any work? When Siddha Bhagwan goes on the top of the universe, then the medium of rest, Adharmastika, that is helping to have the Siddha Bhagwan stay in the Siddhasila forever. It's a true statement. But from what perspective this statement is? This statement is from conventional point of view. Remember, soul has its own capacity. Soul does its own work. Sphere of action of the soul remains to its own substance, attribute, and modes. Soul cannot do anything outside that perspective, outside that limitation. And other objects also cannot do anything to the soul. So now, on the Siddhasila, when the Siddha Bhagwan is staying eternally forever, and he remains in steady phase, because there is a presence of Adharmastika, presence of medium of rest. Is that a true sentence? Well, let's dissect that one. That Siddha Bhagwan has his own capacity, that soul has its own capacity to move or to stay. Soul has something called dynamism property, Kriyavati Shakti. Because of that Shakti, that power, soul can move and soul can stay. So it is on soul's own doing that he is staying at one place. At that time, Adharmastika, medium race, becomes nimit. It becomes instrumental cause. So when a sentence is delivered that Siddha Bhagwan stays at the top of the universe with help of medium of rest, yes, that's true, but that is from the conventional point of view. From absolute point of view, soul is staying there with his own capacity. So this kind of discrimination comes to us. So this pollution type of thing, this destruction type of thing, it just opens up our thought process that what is the different perspective? Who says from what perspective? So we have to understand that part. So those kind of things. Now coming back to our subject, that we are talking about Samaysar stanza 6. Let me bring the slides and then we'll start from there. Can you see the screen? Share the screen.
We can see the screen, but we don't see the slides.
Yeah, I'm going to put these slides on now. Okay, all right.
Yes.
I'm going to put the slides right now. Okay, 1 second. You can see it, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we are on the Samaysar stanza 6. We are on the Tika part. Tika means commentary part. And last time when we met, we went through whole section on it. We just finish up to 6 or 7 slides only. We'll quickly recapitulate in 5 minutes, and then we'll start going further from there. What it said, basically, this slide starts with the soul's independence. How is the soul independent? How is the soul's relationship with the alien objects of the universe? So it takes both the perspective, from absolute perspective, what's the soul's independence, and from conventional perspective, what happens in the soul, in the modes, in the paryay. So those are the things that we have talked there. What we said, that these are the Gujarati version. Basically, there are two paragraphs in this commentary. The first paragraph will be giving nature of the object. What object we are talking now? Object is me, myself, eternal soul substance. That's an object of my knowledge mode. Remember, action occurs in the knowledge mode, paryay, modification. In the eternal soul substance, it's an inert. It remains as it is. The gold is a gold in any form. Same is a soul is a soul in any form. So soul remains an object for my mode, my paryay. So my modification, soul becomes object. We'll be going through more about it. So, but the first paragraph talks about that part, and second paragraph talks about unity of doer and deed. Means karan karyani ekta. Means it just says action occurs in a given substance only. Yeah, that means substance is responsible for its own action. No other alien object is a reason for the action occurring in the soul substance. And that kind of things will be coming in the second paragraph. So these two paragraphs we have to talk. First paragraph we want about the nature of the soul, that what is the independence nature of the soul? That soul exists for the self. Soul has no relationship with the alien object. That means soul does not exist because of alien object. Remember how many different forms of life I have passed through in this existence of my eternal existence since past. I went through infinite amount of lives, 1 sense to 2 sense to 3 sense to 4 sense to 5 sense to human to alien, to celestial being, to the infernal being, to the subhuman being. All those kind of a realm of existence, I kept on going and going and going, but I did not get attached to them. I remained as myself as a pure soul in all those things. So there is then we just went through a lot of things about ignorant soul's multiplicity point of view, that from certain perspective, the ignorant soul says from certain perspective, soul exists by self. From other perspective, soul exists due to alien attachment. So I'm existing myself too, but I'm existing because of my body too. No, that's a wrong concept. The real point of view, the comes real multiplicity point of view, that the soul exists due to self only and does not exist due to alien object. Remember here, again we are stressing the point that what's a multiplicity point of view's real definition. This is the Anekantvad is the one of the most important pillar of the Jainism. Jainism stands on 3 important pillars, as we all know about it. Jainism stands on non-violence, ahimsa, aparigraha, non-possessiveness, and Anekantvad means multiplicity point of view. These 3 strong pillars that Jainism is standing on. If I don't get this principle clear in my own self, my pillar, my main body, my main building is going to be very shaky. So what's a multiplicity point of view? Real definition? Real definition for multiplicity point of view. Anekantvad definition. What it says? In a given given subject, at a time, 2 opposite things remaining together. is called multiplicity point of view. Once again, in a substance, at a given time, two opposite properties remain together. So that is called multiplicity point of view. For example, for example, me as a soul, I am eternal permanency in nature. So permanency is present within me. At the same time, from modal perspective, I am also transient in nature. So permanency from substantial perspective and transiency from modal perspective, they both are exactly opposite in nature. Somebody's phone, or if you can work on it, please put it on mute. So, from substantial perspective, my soul is eternal in nature. At the same time, from modal perspective, I am transient in nature. I have a raga and dvesh, I have inclusive attachment and aversion, but they're transient in nature. They don't remain forever. At the same time, me as a soul substance remain forever. So transiency and permanency, two are exact opposite properties remaining in a given substance, is called multiplicity point of view. What generally a regular garden variety average person will say multiplicity point of view means, you know, this is also true, this is also true for us, all the religions are same, let's take best. No, that is not true. We have to say that the thing has to be present in a given substance, two exact opposite things. That is multiplicity point of view. So we have to have that principle clear. And so over here, what's a real multiplicity point of view? Soul exists due to self only. Soul does not exist due to alien object. Existence and non-existence, it is present in a given substance at a time. It depends what perspective we are looking at it. So those are the things that we have to be very, very, very careful in our understanding. These are the basic principles, basic pillars. And so I cannot afford to have my base, my pillar get on shaky ground. So once I have this clear understanding, then we can go further. And then what it says, that it gives now what is the soul's real nature. It says it is forever. It was never originated, never be destroyed. It's always ever illuminating. Soul substance is always ever illuminating. If I'm in Nigod, me as a soul also keeps on knowing. Even though that knowledge is, that perception of knowledge is so minuscule, but still it's present. If I'm the Siddha Bhagavan, then I'm perceiving whole universe, past, present, and future in a given samay, and that is also there. And in between any other living being, they all are ever illuminating, means they always keeps on knowing. That knowledge mode keeps on coming to every living being. Therefore, soul is not transient in nature, because this action is occurring all the time continuously. Then spashta, pragat, pratyaksh, prakashman. So many words are there. Soul is having direct, clear, shining radiance of consciousness. Means soul itself continues to know. Soul itself continues to perceive the things. And so perception and knowledge keeps on going directly from the soul substance without any alien objects help. Now, one can raise the question over here. So my knowledge is blunted right now. Could it be because I have the fruition of the knowledge obscuring karma? મારામાં જ્ઞાનની ક્ષમતા નથી, તો એનું કારણ જ્ઞાનાવરણ કર્મનો ઉદય છે, એમ જ થયું ને? There's a question, that's been a question being asked. Remember, soul has its own capacity to know. The karma, the fruition of the knowledge obscuring karma cannot obstruct the knowledge perspective. Knowledge perspective is blunted at this point because of me. Knowledge perspective is shining because of me. Knowledge perspective from my direct, clear, shining perspective, I am always continuously knowing. Yes, it may be less or more. It could be less or more because of my mode's own capacity to be in the less form of knowledge or more form of knowledge, and at that time appropriate amount of knowledge obscuring karma are simply present. So here, that's where my soul's independence that we can clarify. These are the things that it will clarify lots and lots of our doubts. Soul substance is entirely separate from inclusion of attachment and aversion. That we have talked a lot before, so we won't go in detail, because what is the alien object? And we said house, car, my family. They are already alien objects. Anybody can know that one. My body is an alien object. Yes, that also we know it. Even my material karma's fruition is alien object. Yes, I can understand that part. And then we came to know that even influence of attachment is also foreign to me. How come? I have rag and dvesh, I have influence of attachment occurring within me, and now over here Acharya Bhagavan says that they are also alien object for me. How come? It's occurring within me and it could be alien object. Then Acharya Bhagavan gives very appropriate example, that I have an abscess on my hand right now, for example. I have the abscess. Who has an abscess? Do you have it? Does Preeti has it? Gita Ben has it? Who has the abscess? Kirit has it. Right? I have it. Now, do I want to keep this abscess with me? Do I just give every day? Do I clean and just say, oh yeah, you are very nice, you are rounded, great thing. Do I want to keep it with me? No. Even though it occurs within me, I said, take it out, go to doctor, take it out, give the injection, make it numb, put a knife, take it out completely. Even though it occurs within me, it's not my thing. Even though rag, dvesha occurring within me, they are not mine. So that's what it says, that the substance is entirely separate from influence of attachment. Okay. Then present impurity seen within me is seen in the modes only, but a soul substance is pure, ever pure, and there is no impurity within that. We have talked this one before also. And so we have already talked about it, that I have attachment with bonded karma for a long time. Material karma and soul are occupying same space unit. We give the example of those several lights in a room, that they occupy same space point, but they have their own independence. And then when we look from modal perspective, remember, perspective is a very important word in Jain philosophy. That what perspective am I looking at it? If I'm looking for modal perspective, then soul, the material karma are my own. But when I see the substantial perspective, then material karma are not mine. When I see the modal perspective, that abscess is mine. But when I look from my own perspective, my soul's eternal person, then that abscess, that material karma are not mine. They need to be taken out. So those are the things that we learned that one. And over here, what we said, now it just gives a little bit more detail into it, that I am the eternal soul substance. Auspicious, inauspicious inclinations are not my nature, because they are material in nature. Because auspicious, inauspicious inclination occurring within me, yes, within me. Why? How did they occur within me? Because I paid attention to alien objects. My job is to draw my attention to my own pure nature, and that's why at that time this alien punya and pap inclinations, punya and pap bhav, auspicious, inauspicious inclination will become secondary to me. They are kind of darkness within me, and when I put in light, then this darkness disappears. Same way, when I have the knowledge, the light of knowledge, then darkness of auspicious, inauspicious inclination, they disappear. I think we give the example. It won't be bad to just repeat that example again. One time, the darkness and the light, they started fighting, and the darkness said, I'm going to put a multi-million lawsuit to you. So the light says, go ahead. So this lawsuit has been going on, and now the date came that they both are present in the court and everything, and the judge told the darkness that, okay, present your case. So darkness says, look, sir, look, this light always keeps on bothering me. Wherever I'm there, it comes and just throws me out. This is not good. It's always, for eternally, it is bothering me. So this is not right. You have to just give the judgment, and you have to punish him. So judge said, that appears to be very good. For time infinite, somebody is bothering you all the time. Yes, we have to give him punishment. So now the question comes to light, and they say, okay, Prakash, light, tell me, what's your problem? So what's my problem? Because why are you bothering this darkness? So I have never seen the darkness before. I don't know who he is. I have never, ever seen him. So this is what it is. The light, knowledge, light of knowledge has never seen auspicious, inauspicious inclination or inclination of attachment and aversion. They become so secondary, they become so mind, they are exactly for the soul's knowledge perspective, they never exist. So these are the things that we learned from that slide. Then we are coming to the that bright light is of consciousness element has never become the darkness of auspicious, inauspicious inclination. Therefore, knowing virtue of the soul has never become attentive or inattentive form, pramat form. See, this is the thing, this is the crux of this stanza 6. What it says, in modes, multiple forms are occurring, but they're transient in nature. Everything occurs in the mode, lives for one samay only, one moment only. It won't be inappropriate to define the samay right now, because we have done that before. It will be okay to revise the definition of samay. Samay is a minutest form of minutest form and a unit of a time element. How does it define? Number one, the scripture gives little simile. It gives some example first and says, in a blink of an eye, I blink my eye once like this, and in the blink of an eye, innumerable samay units pass by. What is innumerable? There is an example given in the, there is a real form given in the literature, in the Karnana Yoga, but we will just make it that as a secondary, and we can just say, what is that innumerable means? It says 10 raised to 29 and beyond is called innumerable. If I put 10 raised to 3 is 1,000, 10 raised to 6 is 1,000,000, 10 raised to 9 is a billion, 10 raised to 12 is whatever. Now we have to go 10 raised to 29, and that many samay pass by in a blink of an eye, and during that time the mode occurred every time from my soul substance. Come on, I can't perceive that one. Yes, sir. Acharya Bhagavan says, son, you can't perceive that because you have not sharpened your knowledge. You sharpen your knowledge and you'll be able to perceive even the smallest part of the samay. Of course, that will take time. How much time? You will have to become omniscient Lord, and then you'll be able to perceive that each and every samay. So, how the absolute definition is being said, that one? Absolute definition says that in the space point of the universe, take the smallest area which we cannot divide into two. Take the smallest area, and that's called one space point. There's another space point next to it, and third one next to it, and fourth one next to it, and so innumerable space points are present in the universe. Now, time unit is samay is described as one. I'm sorry, as one pudgal parmanu, one atomic particle of the matter, traveling from one space point of this of the universe to the next space point of the universe at the slowest possible speed. Slowest possible speed. This atomic particle means a pudgal parmanu traveling from one space point of the universe to the second space point of the universe, slowest possible speed, and that's called one samay. Then you are going to raise a question that, wait a second, if you say slowest, what's the fastest speed that atomic particle can go to? Fastest possible speed atomic particle can go all chaudrajulok, from the bottom of the universe to the top of the universe in one samay also. So this is the definition of the samay, the basic time unit. And so in that basic time unit, there is a mode occur in each and every soul substance. But this mode is a transient in nature. It lasts for one samay only. And so because it's transient in nature, so I'm not going to pay my attention to the transiency, even though the transiency occurs within me. So the pramat and apramat form means attentive and inattentive form, means first to sixth spiritual development stage is a inattentive form, apramat dasha, and 7th to 14th spiritual development stage is called attentive phase, means it's called apramat dasha. Means 1 to 6 gunsthanak, I'm projecting myself to outside, and 7 to 14 gunsthanak, I get engrossed within me, and that form is also not mine. Okay, I'm not when I'm projecting to alien object, that's not my form. I can understand that part. But even when I'm projecting myself to my pure form of soul, when my faith is directed to eternal soul substance, then the pure mode coming out is also not my pure nature, because that's transiency in nature. So even Keval Gnan is not my form in the highest possible way. When Kunkun Swami describes, this will be the one that he'll be describing. So that's why it says, I'm not a pramat, I'm not a apramat form. I'm not inattentive or I'm not attentive first, because they're transiency in nature. See, these are the very, we are going to the core of the problems. We are discussing very core subject. We are discussing very microscopic form of Jain philosophy. Do I have to know all these things? Yes. Do I want to have liberation? Yes. Then I have to learn this one. I have to know this one. That means my attention has to be on eternal true nature of the soul only. Even though modes are present within me, I have to make them secondary in nature. For example, the woman goes to the jewelers and she wants to sell the gold because gold prices are pretty good. So let me sell it out and cash out my money. So she just gives the gold jewelry to the jeweler, and jeweler is looking at it. The woman is describing, this is my necklace. This was done at such and such place. It was a latest design at the time. It has never been whatever description. My ring, it is really it's a diamond studded ring and this and that and everything. So you describe about ring. You describe about armband. All those things you're describing. What does that jeweler look and into that ornaments? He just simply looks at it. He just makes all those shapes of the ornament very secondary, and he just makes how much gold could be present in this material. How much could be the weight? What's the rate I'm going to offer? And so when the woman is describing all the shapes and forms of this ornament, he is putting his brain off. He's not listening. His attention is only to the pure form of the gold present in those material. Same way, I have the rag and dvesh, I have the auspicious, inauspicious inclination, I have the inclination of attachment and aversion, I have the anger, deceit, ego, greed. Acharya Bhagavan says, oh yeah, they are occurring within you, but where are they coming from? Who is the originator for all those things? My eternal pure soul is originator. So he looks at the eternal soul substance, and us as a wrong faith person, we start looking at the modal form. Oh my God, my health is not good. Oh my God, I did the 8 days of upvas. Now I'm ready for food and everything. We had one lady, she did 18 days of upvas, and first day on Parna, she said, oh, can I have a Thai food? I'm craving for it. Did you do 18 days of upvas just to crave for the Thai food? So these are things. We have the modal vision. We have to make it substantial vision. So that's what it says in this one. And then, therefore, there are no division of spiritual development stages. Means I do not have first Gunsthana and fourth Gunsthana and fifth and sixth and seventh Gunsthana and 12th and 13th and 14th. No. I'm the pure eternal soul substance. When I'm directing my attention to the pure form, then all those spiritual development stages, Gunsthana will occur in my mode, but they are made secondary in nature. They are there. We are not ignoring. They are there. We are ignoring, and we are just putting attention to the pure form. So, all-knowing virtue of the soul is full of knowledge, bliss, detachment, and peace, and is without influence of attachment and aversion. That should be my goal. I'm the Arjun, and Drona is asking me, Drona is my guru, and asking me that what do you see about that? He has the bow and arrow, he concentrates, and he only sees that toy bird's right eye only. He makes everything else secondary. Whole universe is present in front of him, but his concentration on the right eye of the toy bird. And when Drona says, okay, let your arrow go, and he's successful. So those are the, I have to narrow down my perspective, narrow down my vision so sharp, it just should be only to the eternal pure soul, nothing else. So those are the things, 6th stanza is telling us to do it, and we are on the way to do it. At least we know the basics. When you know the basics, why should I not be able to follow those things? So that's why faith and knowledge are very, 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 very important in Jain perspective. And that's why the conduct issue will come later on. Samyak darshan gnan charitrani hi mokshmargaha. This is the sentence of the very first sentence, very first chapter of Tattvat Sutra, and Umaswati ji Acharya, he wrote down close to 2000 years back, Samyak darshan gnan charitrani hi mokshmargaha. The unity of the right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct is the path to the salvation. So important thing is faith. Faith is the very first thing they put it in. So I had to have my vision, my faith to be directed to my eternal soul. How do I know it? Because I have to learn. I have to learn this kind of thing, and then it will be easier for me. The Arjun learned how to use the bow and arrow, how to concentrate, and that's why on the day of examination, he cannot see anything besides the right eye of that toy bird on the tree. So those are things that we do. So all-knowing virtue of the soul being pure, so it's always pure. It has never become mode of the auspicious or inauspicious inclination, even though those auspicious, inauspicious inclinations are occurring within me, but I have never become that form. Time infinite, I'm doing those kind of inclinations, but they never become my own true nature. That's why one worships this state. Which state? My pure eternal soul state is separate from the virtues of the alien object. Alien objects' virtues are separate. My virtue is separate. So we are making that discrimination. And when I do this discrimination, then I end up experiencing my pure form. On one side, there is eternal objects are present. On other side, eternal pure form of myself is present. With knowledge of all these things, I make the chisel of my sharp knowledge and divide those two things. In the Moksha Adhikar, in Samaysar, that stanza will come. Jiva bandha banne niyat nitan lakshane chedai she pragna chini thaki cheta banne juda padi jai she. All the eternal objects on the other side, one side, and all my pure nature on the other side, my chisel of sharp knowledge separates those two things out. So that means I have to keep on working to sharpen my knowledge. Who am I? કોણ છું ક્યાંથી થયો છું સ્વરૂપ છે મારું ખરું કોણ આ સંબંધે વળગણા રાખું કે પરિહરું. So I have to know that part. Knowledge, gathering the knowledge, understanding, put my concentration on it, and once it happens, there is no other way except to realize the self. So, one second, let me make this. So, once the eternal form is worshipped, then the automatically loss of attention from the altered state occurs. Now, remember, I have the jeweler. He has the ornament in front of him. He made all the shape and size and all those ornaments as a secondary thing, and he concentrates on his pure gold, how much it is present. Same way, I have the I have the auspicious, inauspicious inclination occurring within me. I have the inclination of attachment and aversion occurring within me. I have anger, deceit, ego, greed occurring within me. But I make them secondary because I want to make my eternal soul substance as primary thing. So having said that, let's see what is this one said. The mode of the knowledge and faith which has given up its attention from alien object and at the same time is drawn to the attention of the eternal pure soul, then it's been said that he has worshipped his true nature. Me mara atmani puja kari. I'm worshipping my true nature of the self. When can I say that? It's not this worshipping that I will do into the temple and I just sing the virtues of the omniscient Lord. Holy Scripture, and enlightened true teacher. When I'm singing virtues of those entities of omniscient Lord, Holy Scripture, and enlightened true teachers, at that time, I skip their pure nature of the soul in my center of attention, and I said, you know what? I'm just like you. And so I'm looking at myself at that time. So that's what it is. As a soul substance is pure eternally, but when the mode brings attention to the eternal soul substance, then then it comes to known as. For example, am I pure or impure? No questions of impurity, because you as a soul substance are pure and pure and pure forever and ever and ever. Then why do I perceive all this impurity within me? Because you are putting your attention to alien objects of the universe. And because you are directing your attention to the alien objects of the universe, that's why there is an impurity occurs in your mode. Impurity occurs in your pariyai. So, am I pure? Yesterday I was pure. Last year I was pure. Infinite times before I was pure. Yes, you are pure. Then how come I did not experience? Because you did not make that one as a primary attention focus. When your focus is on the objects of the universe, then there is impurity generated in your mode. When your attention is focused on your eternal pure self, then you experience, then you realize that, then you manifest that, oh my God, this is the thing, it is always there. Yes, it is always there. Samaysar 17 and 18 stanza, when we come, there Acharya Bhagavan gives tremendous weight on this attention and says, yes, you are pure, all the time you are pure. Remember, we gave that example that a child has a bleeding occurs on the head or whatever, and he's crying and crying and crying. He's in pain, he's thrashing and all the thing. He's been brought to doctor's office, emergency room, but he is he's not remaining stable. He's just thrashing all over because he's having a pain. And doctor cannot work on it. So then doctor said, call his mother. Mother is called. Mother comes and child is keeps on crying, and mother takes his head in her lap and just starts talking, just show her real compassion to him and everything, start talking, and he becomes a little bit less crying right now, and mother diverted his attention and gave lollipop to him, and the kid started eating lollipop, started sucking lollipop, and at the same time, motherly love is there. Motherly affection is showered on him, and he starts talking to mother. And he started talking to mother. He stopped crying. Now, 5 minutes back, this kid is crying with a pain. Nothing has happened to him. Does he not have pain right now? Yes, he has a pain. But what happened? His attention is focused now on mother rather than pain. And so even the pain is present, he cannot perceive that pain. He cannot manifest that pain. Same thing, my eternal pure nature is always there. Because I put my attention to outside alien object, that's why I cannot perceive this eternal soul hanging around within me. My job is to change that focus to see within. So, here one takes into account only the material karma as alien. Now, here remember that we just talk about alien object. Who are the alien object? In this slide, it says material karma. But remember, material karma also are alien object. In fact, the inclination of attachment and aversion occurring on me as an abscess, that they are occurring within me, but they are alien to me. Same way my rag and dvesh occurring within me, but they are alien object. They are to be taken out. So my house and money and family, they are already alien object. Nobody's talking about that. My body is, nobody's talking about that. I mean, Acharya Bhagwan, Kunkun Swami doesn't talk about that one. Material karma, he doesn't talk about it. My alien objects are my rag and dvesh occurring within me. That's what the alien object, and I had to put the discrimination between those alien objects and my true nature. So here what it says, origin of influence of attachment. Now, how does influence of attachment and aversion occurs to me? How does this abscess occur to me? Because I did a cut and then I started playing in the dirt and everything, and that's why I got infection. That's why I got abscess. So how does the influence of attachment occurs to me? How does rag occurs to me? Because in the eternal soul substance, there is absence of inclination of attachment and aversion. In my true nature, there is no abscess. I have the pure health within me. I'm the healthy person to start with. Abscess is not part of my nature. I don't want abscess. So eternally means my body, example, my body has no abscess. He doesn't want to have abscess. But the inclination attachment is seen in the form of modal form. As on the example side, the cut occurred and now I started working in the dirt. I started working with the dirty water and everything. So the bacteria sets in and now the abscess occurred. Same thing, inclusion of attachment is seen in the form of modal form. Remember, when do you have rag occurred? Look, I like this 9 to 10 p.m. class. Why? Because I directed my attention to the class. I like my omniscient Lord. When I go to the temple, oh my God, look at the Bhagwan's Murti, how peaceful and beautiful it looks, because I directed attention to myself to the omniscient Lord. Oh my God, look at the Mercedes that this person is driving, brand new, sleek. Well, because I have put my attention to the Mercedes. Look at this house, he has a nice house, and look at my house, it's dingy house, because I paid attention to the alien objects like house, etc. So, inclusion of attachment always occurs in modal form and when you pay the attention to alien objects. So, this leads to attentive and non-attentive phases. Now, Acharya Bhagwan really hits hard on this point and says, rag is not my nature, inclination of attachment is not my nature, perspective, modal perspective is not my nature. My nature is substantial perspective. My nature is to look my eternal pure form only. My nature is even to make this mode ignorant, mode so secondary that even though action occurs in my mode, but they are not my form, because if I pay the attention to the eternal true form, pure form of my soul, which is there since ages, since infinite time, it will remain for infinite time. As long as I draw my attention there, then in the mode, purity will get generated. But again, I'm not concerned for the purity form. My attention should be one focus only. My attention is one focus only. Eternal true nature of the self should be my focus only. And for that thing, I have to keep on reciting myself day in, day out. When we do so-called meditation, what do? I'm the true attentive, I'm the true eternal form. Suddha, pure form Shu. I'm the pure eternal form. So when I start reciting, and I'm making the conscious effort to bring my attention. Ultimately, it will become second nature. Remember, the child is born. Child is very innocent. That child doesn't know anything about it. And we decided what the name we are going to keep this to this child. And so as soon as the child is born, oh my God, Ria, how are you? Ria, how are you? Ria, my grandchild. Ria, how are you? Child has no concept. What is this? What these people are blabbering all the time? Then slowly the child says, wait a second. When I'm looking at somebody says, hey Ria, how are you? So could I be Ria? No, it can't be. So somebody else comes and then the child is crying. Oh, Ria is crying. Oh, are they talking about Ria means me? So that kind of constant hammering to the child, newborn child, and then it becomes second nature for her that, okay, I'm Ria. Same way here. I make the conscious effort to say, I'm the eternal pure form of soul. Am I? Keep on reciting, keep on reciting, keep on hitting, and ultimately it will become a second nature for me that, oh yeah, I'm the pure nature. I close my eyes and try to go within, and automatically everything else becomes secondary to me, and everything else of the universe becomes secondary, and my pure nature becomes primary event at the time. And that's a basis for the meditation. Meditation is no technique, no nothing. All those things are given to the beginner, innocent souls to just say, do this one. You do this one regularly, that you close your eyes, right away you can imagine your pure eternal form of soul. So that's why we have to keep on working on it. So we will, I think, stop over here. If there's any question, we can take questions right now.
Could I ask a question, please?
Please go ahead.
Okay, I understand the primary focus needs to be our pure eternal nature of self.
Yes.
But does that mean that it has to be the one and only focus that excludes secondary and tertiary focuses like virtues?
Remember, Kathy, you want to go to New York right now, and you are at the airport. You already found out that gate A4 is the one that flight will be leaving from there. How many gates pass by? A gate, B gate, C gate, D. How many gates pass? Your concentration is A4 only. You just, that's it. I don't, everything else is second. You are watching that. A1 came, yes, A2 came, but my attention is A4 only, and that's it. So everything else becomes automatically secondary when you make that as a primary virtue, right? So when I make an eternal pure, remember, at a given time, either I can see alien objects or I can see my eternal pure form. Where do I want to go? Choice is mine. And so when I put my choice, then I can find it out where I'm going to go and what I want to do, right? Does it make sense, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay, good. Any other questions? No? Okay. This question, we can take it. No?
Not today.
Not today. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So we will stop over here. And as I sent the email out to lots of you that coming Tuesday onward, 6:30 p.m. Phoenix time means 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, that we'll start basic Jainism part. What we are talking is an extreme minutest form of spirituality. And for that thing, we also have to build up some base. And for that thing, we'll be doing that on Tuesday evening onwards. The time I kept it that way because West Coast people, I was in Seattle, and lots of young people, they said that they would like to have this kind of thing. So hopefully we can be all right. And if particular time one cannot make it, we'll just send it out the video link later on, so one can really go through those things. So hopefully this will be a humble effort that we can do. It will be my own Swadhyay, because I had to think those things, I had to recite those things, that will help me out to concentrate myself. And so you guys are becoming nimit for that, and it will be good Swadhyay for me. Okay. All right, if there is no question, then we possibly can do the closing.
Jai Jinendra.
के ज्ञान से सूझे लोकालो, सोवाणी मस्तक नमो सदा देत हूँ ढो. नौबार नमो का मंत्र, 9 time नमो का मंत्र. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Thanks, KP.